All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Be College Ready seminar for week 18. So this week we'll be focusing on finding a college major that suits you. And what is a college major? I'm glad you asked, which is what we're going to get into today once we cover all the other stuff. So today's session is going to be pretty short, don't worry. So let's get into it. So of course, we're just going to start off with our vision and mission statements. So our vision, as always, is to elevate people's growth mindsets so that we all achieve higher ambitions, essentially meaning that we want to continue to make sure that your mindset is growing and expanding as you embark on whatever endeavor it is you are participating in, right? Right. I should make a shirt that just says that with like different fonts. Okay, yeah. And then our mission statement is to guide first generation high school students so that they will pursue and obtain a college education. Once again, as I keep saying, we not only want you all to go to college, we also want you to obtain the degree, because I think that would be pretty cool, right? Right. Okay. So yeah, that is today's vision and mission statements. So what are the purpose behind our Be College Ready seminars? So starting off, we want to guide you towards being ready for college, as always. That's really important. Making sure that you're just college ready and prepared to face whatever it is in college. Building your portfolio so that you to prepare for college and scholarship applications. A lot of us really don't know how to do that or how to assemble almost a resume of what it is that you've done when applying to school and scholarships. So we definitely want to make sure that you're ready to be able to present that whenever you need it. And finally, increase your awareness of who you are, what direction you want to go to. Now, this one is especially relevant to today, since we are talking about, as I mentioned, your major. But in general, we want to make sure that we're giving you the proper foundation so that way, whenever you make a decision, you know that you can trust yourself to be able to make that decision. Okay, my voice just cracked. Oh my God, that is embarrassing. But yeah, so today we're going to be talking about figuring out your college major, or how to choose a major, I should really say. Um, so if you aren't familiar with what that is, a major is essentially your chosen theme of study in college, essentially like your subject. And there's a bunch of them. There's so many. Um, and this is essentially where you're going to be focusing on and working towards completing once you reach college. So you might be wondering, how exactly do I pick that? Well, today's session is going to help you clarify some things. All right. So once again, remember also to be working on your My College list, as that is going to be really relevant for these ongoing sessions. So today's session will be successful if we get to know each other, broaden our mindset of how to pick our major for colleges, and learn resources for how to narrow down our choices for majors. Now, like I said, there are so many majors, and because of that, it can be pretty overwhelming at times, especially when you aren't necessarily sure. More often than not, people end up switching their major in college, and that idea might be scary, but we're committed towards helping you pick whatever is best for you and allowing you to dictate the best decision that is going to be helping you ultimately achieve your collegiate dreams, because that's important. So yeah. So once again, My College list, we're going to revisit at the end of the year and at the end of the summer. So take action, make changes as you need, and continuously be revising it as you go forth, right? Yes. So very quickly, we want to know, what is your understanding of majors? Now, like I said, I just said that it's your chosen theme of study, but what do you know about it? Is that all you know? Is there something deeper? Think about that for a quick second. Okay, so now that I'm assuming that you've thought about that, we're actually going to go over that for a second. So, what majors do you think you'll be pursuing in college? What led you to that decision? So maybe when answering this question, when these first two questions, you really want to think about what it is you want to do in life, or at least what it is so far you think you want to do at least. And what are the factors that have contributed to that? Is it something that you've explored throughout high school? Is it something that you've just always naturally been kind of good at? Is it a subject that you have no prior knowledge in? Is it a subject that you wish you could explore, but they don't really offer at your high school? So those are things that you should definitely be keeping in mind as you're going throughout the college exploration experience. And Especially when you get to college, you're going to be realizing that there's a bunch of different types of study that you never had any prior exposure to. And then the second you take one class, you fall in love with it, or maybe it's other major that you're choosing. So how do you pick whatever is best for you? Once again, that is the main question for the day. All right, so true or false, and why do you say that? So I'm going to allow you all to think about this for a second. So true or false? Applying undecided to colleges will hurt my college admission chances. What do you think? Think about that in your head. All right, now that you've thought about it. So this is actually false. Applying as undecided is not going to affect your chances. In fact, for some schools, you actually do go in undeclared. This is actually the case for Berkeley, for Cal. So what's going to happen is we decide our major about after 1 or 2 years in college. Once you've taken the requirements necessary for declaring that major, and in some schools you might have to actually apply into the major or into the school that is offering that major of that university. But yeah, like if you want to apply undecided, ultimately it's not going to affect your chances of getting in, so don't worry about it. You have plenty of time to figure that out. That's the point of going. So true or false? Once I've picked a major, I have to stick with it. Gonna give you guys a couple seconds to think. All right, ding, 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 time is up. So what do we think? Is it true? No, not in the slightest. This is incredibly false. Actually, according to the National Center for Educational Statistics, approximately 80% of students change their major at least once. I never thought I'd change my major, and I'm currently in the process of rethinking what I want my major to be. So I fall into that 80%. So chances are that y'all are also going to be changing your majors as well at some point. But you do have to be careful because while you do have the option to change, if you take a bit too long to commit, then you risk staying at the school longer, which means more money. And you do risk getting yourself kicked out of school because they do have a credit cap, which refers to how many classes you're allowed to take in a semester. And yeah, once again, it means how much can you which means you can take only a maximum number of classes to graduate in your 4 to 6 years. So if you haven't taken them by then, you might be in trouble. So once again, we want to ensure that whatever decision you make, even if you do end up changing, will be something that you can manage within that time. So next, true or false, I should pick a major that matches with my career. Gonna give you guys a couple seconds. All right. So maybe you think that this is like a no-brainer, like, yeah, of course I have to pick a major that matches with my career. So this one is kind of a mix of the two, but the better answer would be like not necessarily. Because according to a recent report by the US Bureau of the Census, only 27% of college grads work in a job related to their major. A study actually shows that according to the Association of American Medical Colleges, or the AAMC, medical schools accepted 43% of the biological sciences majors and 47% of physical science majors, 51% of humanities majors, and 45% of social sciences majors. And another study by Chicago State University showed the top 10 majors with the highest acceptance rates for law school included philosophy, anthropology, history, and English. So as you can see, some of these are careers where the major or the chosen theme of study isn't necessarily directly related in the way that you think about to that career. So for example, like law school, like what are you going to do with anthropology? Like what are you going to do? Like dig up like old artifacts? No. Because at the end of the day, you're in a law school to learn more, like to perfect like your actual technical education for that career. Whereas in undergrad, you have a lot more exploration of what it is you want to learn about and study. So yeah, you can be a doctor and major in, I don't know, like philosophy or political science. There's a lot of pre-med students actually who do like political science. And you can be a future lawyer and have majored in, I don't know, like Chicano studies or comparative literature, something like that. So yeah, don't fret about it. Don't fret about picking a major that matches with your career. All right, another true or false. Oh, whoopsies. Oh my God, what are you doing? No, there we go. So true or false, and why do we say that? If I get a humanities or liberal arts degree, I will have a tougher time getting jobs in the future because I will not have marketable skills. So basically, like we do have this idea that doctors make more money. So do you think that studying something like English as opposed to studying, I don't know, say biology, is going to be a detriment or a huge impact on how much money you end up making? I'll give you all a second to think about that. So now that I've given you a couple seconds to think about that, once again, keeping up with the trend. No, that is false. That is very not true. Very false. Very not true. Yeah, but it's false because studies and surveys continue to find that employers believe that critical thinking, communication, both verbal and written, and problem-solving skills are more important than a candidate's undergraduate major. So use your college years and job experiences to develop those skills. So yeah. Also, we live in a very like fast, ever evolving world, like it's 2022. So new jobs and new jobs and new fields like are probably gonna start appearing within the next 5 to 10 years. So think about this, and some of these jobs didn't exist 10 years ago. 10 years ago, you couldn't be an app developer, a social media manager, user experience designer, educational consultant. So who knows what new careers are going to be coming out in the next few years. So maybe you don't think that what you're studying right now is actually going to come into play as much. And the next thing you know, there's a job perfectly fitted for it. And once again, this is just because with the nature of time and with the expansion of industries, like we just gain new jobs. So definitely don't think that you have to be tied down or that you are jeopardizing your future if you choose to go into humanities or the liberal arts, or any of the other social sciences, because you can have marketable skills. Think your teachers, for example. Plenty of them have a lot of different skills, and a lot of them have those humanities or liberal arts degrees. Also, I mean this in the sense that like you have a good teacher. I hope you all have good teachers, but sometimes we have bad ones. Anyway, so yeah, so that was our little game. So now here's some additional things that we have to consider. I need to learn to stop clicking my tongue. That should be the first question. Why does Diego keep clicking his tongue? So starting off, what were my academic strengths in high school? So these might be, what were some of the things that I excelled at? Was I good at math? Were you good at English? Were you good at a foreign language? Were you good at science? Or were you specifically only good at chemistry? Were you only good in biology? Were you only good specifically in like genetic sciences when you're doing bio? You can like continue to build off of the things that you start noticing that you did really well in. From there, you can also start asking yourself, what career fields are interesting me? So what does interest you? If you're wanting to go into medicine, okay, what more specifically? Do you just want to be specifically a doctor? Do you want to go into neuroscience? Do you want to help out with the medical crisis? Do you want to, there's your career fields also tend to deviate into one specific area. So start to at least generalize some of the things that interest you and then go a bit deeper than that. From there, you can also ask what industries are growing, what majors can lead to careers in those industries. Once again, kind of tied to what we were saying, time changes. And because of that, everything is popping up and there's always some new career. So which industries are growing fastest? A lot of scholarships actually ask this. For example, I know in the Hispanic Scholarship Fund, for the HSF application, they ask you which industry that they list or which growing industry are you interested in? And a lot of them tend to be a bit more niche. There's a lot more stuff for business. There's a lot more stuff for marketing, a lot more stuff for digital media, things like that. So yeah. And then finally, do I want to go to grad school? Now, not everyone has to go to grad school. Not everyone needs to go to grad school. It depends on what the career you want out of life is. Me, for example, inevitably, I would hope to become a college professor. So for that, I do need my EDD, which means I do have to go to grad school. But that might not necessarily be the case if, say, you only want to be a teacher, or even if you want to go into like educational administration, maybe you just need a master's. Maybe there are some careers where you might not even need a master's. It just really depends. So really think about what it is you want out of life and which career and what are the means in order to obtain that career. So yeah, so those are just some more additional questions. Oh, now I can't press on it. Well, yeah. So if you are really bad at asking yourself questions, like me, and you just want to kind of have to do it for, or have someone else do it for you, we're gonna give you the resources for that. Yay! I know. You can thank us later. So we're gonna start off by visiting Gladio. Gladio. I'm honestly not entirely sure, but something. So this is Gladio. I think I do have the link up. So there is a quiz that you have to take, but even off the bat, you can already see that they have a bunch of different types of careers related to certain qualities and characteristics that you might have as a person, which you are going to get by taking this quiz. So I take the quiz, start the quiz. You do need to make an account, so yeah. So, and it's things like this, like what's your favorite board game? Maybe, oh, I really like chess. Oh yeah, pick your top 3. I forget. So maybe I really like chess, followed by Uno, followed by life. Which summer job would you do? Let's say maybe I'm very analytical and I'd prefer to be like a math tutor. I want to design websites. But I also kind of want to get into business, or maybe I want to sell stuff. Blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We're not going to do all the quizzes here because then we would be here forever, and I don't want you to do that. Well, at least with me. But we're going to have you take this quiz. And once you do, I'm going to have you take a screenshot of your screen once you get your results. And on the assignment for today, we're just going to have you talk a bit more about that. So yeah, so go ahead and take that. And then blah, blah, blah. Next, we have the My Majors. So this one also requires an account, but they already have a list of a bunch of different majors right here. For example, say that there's like, I don't know, I want to go into human services. Oh, I want to go into social work. Oh, there we go. That's a major. Youth Services Administration. Boom. Or say I want to go into, I don't know, mathematics and stats, because I'm a boring person. I'm joking. If you're good at math, I envy you. So mathematics, and then let's say, oh, I specifically want to focus on geometry. These are the things that I might need to do in order to be majoring in geometry. Things like that. So yeah, so like I said, so feel free to take this assessment right here, and it'll give you even more results. Once again, all based off of your personality and whatnot. So then the final, my screen record thing is in the way, so I have to pull up the last link. So this is the final quiz, and this is through Mayola. Did I say Mayola? What am I saying? Loyola, which is a university out in Chicago. Here, we're just going to place that. So here you're going to have a 40-question quiz once again, and it's going to, right here on the right, you're going to see all these different like themes of study. It's going to start like cutting out the ones that are less better, or that are less better for you, and the ones that are more and the ones that are better for you. So once again, take that and you are going to just kind of come up with your list. Yeah, so please take those 3 quizzes. And then very quickly, once again, why do we attend college fairs and presentations online? So that we can get a better understanding of the schools that we're going to, and we can get direct info from those people. So here you have all the links to sign up for college fairs and other admission counseling related things. Remember to register for one of your target schools' upcoming presentation, and to attend and document the session, and to do a quick write-up. So yeah, so that brings us to the end of today. Once again, I have my little Squidward close sign. I don't know why I think this is the funniest thing ever. But yeah, So once again, thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm really excited to be working with y'all in these next coming weeks. And with that, I'm out. Bye, y'all.